This is a stream highlight.
So it says the ability to flag for PvP is making two completely different games. Leaving town unflagged. Leaving town flagged. That's actually true. That is actually true. One thing I hate about flagging is how I can't tell if people in my faction are flagged. Yeah, that needs to be changed for sure, I think. I love unflagging for PvP and just turning my brain off to farm quests. Yeah, I mean, I think it's nice. Like, there's some... I like PvP more than anything in games. But sometimes I just want to progress without worrying sometimes. Sometimes. Can we get mounts? Stop asking already. There's going to be mounts in that game in the future, probably. Chaos Rising introduces Marauder's Milk. Well, wait, hold on.
Struggling to meet your skull quota? Not got enough blood for the blood god? Skinny arms like some piddly knife-ear loser? Never fear. I'm Marauder Mike, and this is Marauder Training.
Gosh dang it!
Nothing is more...
What the heck? Why do you hit her? He doesn't respect women. Too late to the party. Yeah, this is what we were filming tonight, so I have to change it. Gosh dang it. This is, well, it's different, but it's a similar idea.
Nothing is more important to a marauder than fitness.
True. That's true.
But, okay, but it is pretty important. Cardio is the foundation of marauder training. Vital for chasing down fleeing foes.
Did he just tackle another chick?
It's important to stay strong. Deadlifting is an important part of strength.
Wait, does this actually have to... Is this relating to New World? I think it is.
They ain't gonna lift themselves. Being modern marauders, we
TOS?
incorporate the most cutting-edge training tools. Like
Oh well.
ropes. Hey, quit hanging around.
Oh, who cares? It's a
Our
production.
last lesson is agility. Much like in life, when it's important to dodge responsibilities, it's also important on the battlefield, like this.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
Too slow. Hey, go long. Nice throw and catch. Being fast on your feet can be the difference between life and death. As such, we train our agility using games like Bloodborne. Phew, that was hard work. Not. I'm Marauder Mike. These are my Chaos Marauders. We support Chaos Rising. Do you?
That's that's cherry tart. This is a good video.
Sophie, you got my couscous.
That was a good video though. Marauders. Till the end, baby. Just made this as a cheat sheet. The builds are my personal opinion. It's something else might suit you better, but it should be a good starting point for personalizing your own build. It's based on open beta. So these are weapons. He put 12 points in that, 19. Yeah, dude. So this is gonna be the tricky part of the game, and whoever is playing certain roles, depending on how you want to play the game, going these builds and not just throwing points and stuff is gonna be tricky, because I know people are gonna want to just throw stuff, but there's gonna be so many options. I didn't realize you could put this many points in your skill trees. I feel forced to start by saying that I critique the game because I love the game. I can see how good it can be, and I want it to pop off at launch and not fall off like every other MMO that comes out. I believe the New World has an issue in regards to its lack of PvP content. Let me highlight this issue by going over each PvP outlet. 50-50 war. This game will not be played somewhere by near 95% of the player population. As someone who gets to decide who gets to play is decided by other players. Well, that's fine, because that's part of the game. Like, you have two factions that are competing. They're gonna obviously want the best people in their war. You're gonna want the strongest people. You're gonna want to choose the strongest companies to fight with you against other players. Open world PvP. This outlet is throttled by the amount of people who decide to flag up. Open world PvP. I think the open world PvP is fine. I ran into a ton of people in the open beta. I don't really see an issue with that. I can understand this first one to an extent, but at the same time, I think it's good that the people who are in charge of the towns going to war get to choose. I think it's cool. New World is bare bones. It doesn't matter if you as a player love the game in its current state or not. Compared to other games of its genre, the game does not have much to offer in terms of content, in terms of PvP. I disagree with this fully. I've played other MMOs. Hard disagree with this. In its current state, the game will follow the path of every other MMO. We see a rapid dwindling player population in a short period of time. Well, that's every single game. That's not just MMOs. That's every single game. To auto go into all chat instead of going into party. Yeah, that's a good idea. You need to be able to turn it off as you wish. Like, or you can do that, but you should just be able to say, hey, I just always want to be all chat. And the thing this guy has to realize is there's gonna be the diehard players, and there's gonna be the people who try it out and leave. That's every single game though. More game modes for PvP. I'd be fine. I don't know. I think there's 3. So this guy wants extra resources gained when flagged. I don't. Why? Well, it depends. I feel like if you get reputation, that would be cool. Extra mob drops while flagged. Nah. That would just push you too much. That would give people more incentive. Force flagging in higher level zones. Faction leaderboards. Well, they kind of have that. That would be cool. Cosmetic faction rewards. They have that, but it's through missions through your Marauder. They need to make it so you can get points by doing PvP. Not a lot. Trading tips I've learned this far. Let me know if you have any tips to add yourself. Okay, this is might be a good one. Where to sell. Early game, keep the majority of your selling in the starter zones with a focus on WW and Everfall. So if you're to shop an auction house and you want to compare prices for other towns, you can just click on the top right. It'll show every town. Don't sell your full stack of an item at all once if you have more than 300 something. People constantly undercut prices, and selling smaller stacks at a time can save you on listing fees. Ooh, yeah. Surprised you didn't mention not to spend the huge chunk of money on the default 14-day auction. Oh, so the default when you list something is 14 days for your auction listing. Always drop down to 1 or 3 days to save a huge amount of money. That's important. My idea was if one faction is selling something I want to sell, I undercut them and keep undercutting until they give up. Change the prices you like. Yeah, as long as you don't have to relist it because the relist fees, that would work. I had no clue about this. Default 14-day period. You know how much money you're going to save in the long run by changing the default of your auction to 1 to 3 days? Mega companies? Okay, so this is what Robert was talking about. First time making a Reddit post, so forgive me if I do anything wrong. So it seems like larger companies on the servers, for the most part, are forming multi-company alliances to dominate the server they are on. I was part of one syndicate company, for example, that played during the closed and open betas and have extended their reach to 300 plus on the multi-company allied roster. I know this is happening on a multitude of servers as companies get ready for launch. Is it even worth this point to make your company and not try to ally with the bigger? Because it seems like if you don't sign up for some sort of alliance, you won't have a shot at claiming territory. We'll have to fight off a I'm fine with having to fight it off. I just found one thing during the beta that really felt like a bit of scamming. Mega companies often make multiple companies because of the player limit. So there was Mega 1, Mega Main, Mega 1, Mega 2. And all the money from 1 and 2 went to Main with the argument you're still part of it after all. That's true. Marauder till the end. As far as I understand it, the bonus from the owned cities only goes to the main company. Those B and C teams will eventually get sick of it and make their own. Yeah, like the main company still gets all of the resources. You can't. Dude, that's like a pyramid scheme. We grow, you grow. We make money, you make money. But it all goes to us. Yeah, it's a literal pyramid scheme, which is pretty funny. One of the largest companies in the world creates a game with an economy immediately turned hyper-capitalist and exploited to the benefit of a select few. I'm fully expecting some companies leaving maximum levels of tax, then subsequently not spending any of it on town improvements. Yeah, this guy gets it. Mr. Grim? We have a rat in our company. Possibility, though, and it's something I hadn't considered. People leaking intel to rival companies and whatnot. Don't know if there's a super valuable intel other than company plans. We're gonna figure it out. 2 to 3 wars of not getting selected will start to piss players off. Force them to leave the alliance unless they get included in wars. Yeah, you also have single 50-man companies, Grolotion, that grind enough contribution to have a good chance at sponsoring the war, even when there's a mega with 5 allies. What if instead of having mounts, you could mount other players who can carry you around? I think that's a great idea. That's a good idea. I do think it'd be cool if there's another way to travel instead of teleporting. Maybe make fast travel like EverQuest 2. Never played EverQuest. Don't need mounts if you have fast travel. The problem is, with fast travel, it gets expensive. And you run out of dust unless you do missions, which is fine. But what happens if you're at endgame and, I don't know. They're eventually gonna have mounts regardless. If not ships, like naval fleets. It doesn't need mounts right now. But eventually, if they expand the map 100%. Cross-realm play? Okay, let's see this. Have the devs talked about it? I think in particular the data mined arena. Wait, data mined arena? It'd be cool for PvP players to be able to play cross-realm. See, okay. As much as I like cross-realm content, I think that was one of the worst things to happen to World of Warcraft. As good as it was for the game and saving time and how much easier it made things to just be able to queue for a dungeon, it messed up a part of the game. MMOs, I think, yeah, everybody tried to copy WoW, but the game started killing the social aspect, and that's what an MMO is. If it's an MMO, the world's got to feel unique. Why do you have to worry about Johnny and Olympus when I'm playing in Eden? Because at that point, I'm just playing a game where I queue for a match. Yeah. The community etiquette. It's... Dude. I'd rather go to the dungeon and sit outside and wait. Because that encourages players to talk. And some of those players are going to become friends. Some of those players are even going to join a guild together. But that's a whole nother discussion. Because that just goes into... everything being instant nowadays. People want to do things now. They want to progress, and that's why games die quicker too. Quitting after X amount of hours, that's just an individual looking for a reason to continue to play. That's all it is.